I was just waiting for that timer again. Oh, there it is. All right, part 10. You know the deal. I'm Logan, the TARstorian Saunders. We're doing the cast assessment. We're going from who I think will shit the bed in 13th place all the way through to who I think will cross the finish line in first place. Here we are. Part 10, we're talking about Joe and Ian, who I believe are from New York City. They met at a gym. They didn't meet each other through a guy named Jim. They met at a gymnasium. They are 35 and 40 years old, recently engaged from New York City, business development and business marketing, tech startup director. That's a bit wordy. They're both in business. Let's say that. They're both in business. So clearly from New York City, they're both in business. They're in their late 30s to early 40s. You can't help but make the Josh and Brent comparison from season 21, except they both seem a bit more fit than Josh and Brent from season 21. You figure they can swim, for one thing, that they both can swim. They're not going to be completely hopeless in a tennis challenge with a broken ankle of some sort. They work out during lunch hours, so clearly they are very much go-getters. They don't have a goat farm, sadly. Josh and Brent, their goat farm, the goat stands for greatest of all time. So Joe and Ian are going to miss out on that title, presumably. And yeah, the only non-COVID team to win since season 25 was indeed Will and James, who were also a same-sex couple, all-male same-sex couple with a lot of travel experience, and were very, very well prepared for the Amazing Race. And you seem to get the impression that Joe and Ian will also be very well prepared for this season, given just how they seem to tackle. They seem to keep themselves busy based on their occupation and their workout schedule. And the fact they're from New York City means that these big Asian cities that they'll be visiting won't really disrupt them too much. They'll be much more accustomed to it. They'll be a lot more prepared for it than John Rocker was with New York City. That's for sure. They're not gonna. It's a whole different ball game, as they say. Yeah, I have high hopes for them. I don't know why I didn't put them in top 3. Again, I think it's just because neither of them have a big beard to swing from, or to a big beard to motorboat at all. So I think that's why I probably said, let's drop them to 4th place and bump up Joel and Garrett. That's really all there was to it. Yeah, I'll be very, very surprised if they finished anything lower than 6. Hopefully they're not one of those all-male teams that prove to not really be all that competitive, are just there for the experience, and didn't do their homework with what they were getting into on The Amazing Race. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about them. We still have 3 more teams to get through, and the premiere airs in 10 minutes, which means if I wait any longer than 10 minutes, everything I say is going to be null and void, so I need to hurry the hell up. Sorry to Joe and Ian. I know you wished for me to say more. I mean, it's not even that impressive. You guys don't have that impressive of a bio. I mean, Joe and Ian, that's only 6 letters between the 2 of you. You could have at least said Joseph or Ianold or something like that. Maybe that's what Ian is short for. Ianold or Ianimothy, you know. But just Joe and Ian, that's 6 letters. What am I supposed to do with that? You could have at least given yourselves the last name Franklin, so that we could just wonder if this was the Amazing Race Franklin edition, because that would have been a hilarious joke by production. That's what they could do for season 37. Or season 37. They could still air it out of order. The Franklin edition. And then the Roosevelt edition after that. I would also propose the Delano edition, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, how many people do you know with the last name Delano? Can you find 26 people with the last name Delano who aren't related to each other that could do The Amazing Race? I don't think so.